There's a friend of mine, he does a program, a 30-day cleanse program, where they put people on in residence, all raw food diet and raw food juices and so forth, and they reverse diabetes, and they've done a video showing it, that they can reverse it. It's the same kind of thing that you experience with PGX. If you start having more fiber, and that's what PGX is, it's a fiber that you mix with water, and it slows down the digestive process, similar to as if you were eating raw food, then your blood sugar doesn't spike. And just giving your body a rest from blood sugar spiking all the time allows the body to go back into balance, and you go through self-healing.
All right, super, John. Let's go to the phones again. We'll pick it up by going to Oklahoma City. Hey, Robert, welcome to the program. Go ahead.
Thanks, George. Hey, Dr. Gray, I have a question. I'm homosexual, and my partner, he has been to the doctor many, many, many times. He's plagued with fatigue, has hypoglycemia. You were talking earlier about these women, and, like, if they don't have the right hormones and stuff, they go into and all that. He has all this stuff, and the doctors can't seem to find out what's wrong with him. I'm wondering, what can we do, like if you are gay and you have different hormones, what kind of testing can we get done that you guide us towards, maybe help us out here?
Well, first of all, if you're gay or heterosexual, you have pretty much the same hormones. The big difference between a gay man and a straight man on a hormonal level is that gay men have higher testosterone levels and need higher testosterone in order to be balanced. That's A. Then B, what I've been talking about in my book, Venus on Fire, Mars on Ice, is about these hormones, is that men require 30 times more testosterone than women in order to effectively cope with stress. That testosterone has to be produced every day. A gay man needs about 50 times more testosterone in terms of his level than a woman would need in order to keep stress down. When the stress levels have been chronically high due to lower testosterone levels, that's what's causing the chronic fatigue. And then from low cortisol, all of our other sicknesses begin to develop. That's what's called lifestyle diseases today, which are diseases like cancer and autoimmune diseases and obesity and diabetes and heart disease. All these current diseases that are plaguing us all stem from adrenal fatigue or excess cortisol production in the adrenal gland. So we want to learn first to stabilize the blood sugar, and that's when I talked about the PGX with water. But the second thing is this, I was going to talk about a few minutes ago, the thing I think that really helped me a lot, which is one, the maca, some of these superfoods, but maca is particularly good for the hormones. Mm-hmm. And for men's testosterone, just to get an extra rebuilding, there's something called Tongkat Ali. Tongkat is one word, Ali. It's from Thailand, and it's been used for thousands of years, and it's been proven in double-blind studies to increase testosterone levels, if they're very low, by 4 times. That's 400% increase. So for any man, as he's getting older, or he's losing his libido, or he's having low energy, oh my gosh, Tongkat Ali is a wonderful supplement. Now, I've tested 5 different brands. The brand that I saw worked best, some just gave me a headache, others did nothing, others did something and gave me a headache, but the one that doesn't do any of that is just right from Thailand, from a company called The Root of the Matter. So I do make that available through my website. All the things I talk about I make conveniently available at my website, but you could also do searches for that. But that's called Tongkat Ali. And that is something he could start taking to help rebuild those testosterone levels, along with something I haven't mentioned much on the program, but I want to come back to mentioning is for all the restoring health to the body, we tend to all be deficient in omega-3 essential fatty acids. Right. George, you asked me before about processed foods, and one of the problems with all packaged foods is that they have vegetable oil in them. They have some form of canola oil or vegetable oils, and these vegetable oils, it sounds really healthy. And, of course, the really bad ones are hydrogenated vegetable oil. We all know now how terrible that is, and they're starting to take that out. But they're still replacing it with just straight vegetable oils. and those are omega-6. And those omega-6s neutralize the effect of omega-3. So it's like omega-3 is the gas pedal for making brain chemicals, and omega-6 is the brakes. So now we're eating all these brakes. We're not getting the right brain chemicals, and so our stress levels start getting higher again. So omega-3 essential fatty acids. I mentioned 3 natural food sources of omega-3 are hemp, chia seeds, and flax seeds. Flax seeds have to be ground fresh, otherwise they oxidize and go rancid. Chia seed doesn't, nor does hemp. The next thing is fish oils. And I'll mention something. I was just at the Natural Foods Expo where you walk 6 miles through the booths to see all of the new products. My new line of Balanced Planets products were definitely the hit of the show. But there was another one which was a hit of the show as well called Vecto Mega. And Vecto Mega is an omega-3 supplement that is absorbed by the brain 50 times more efficiently. And George, that's one. If you pop one of those, your brain's going to work so much. It just your brain already works really, really great, but it will just pop into another gear. Vecto Mega. You can't even take it at night, otherwise it will keep you awake. And it's not a stimulant. It's just it's an oil. It's omega-3 essential fatty acid, but it has omega-3s have 3 different forms, and eventually it converts into DPA or DHA, one or the other, and it that's what the brain needs. So they have a form of omega-3 made in Switzerland that's absorbed by the brain 50 times more efficiently. This is something that anybody, when they do the lithium orotate to lower stress, could combine it with one of these Vecto Megas. And in my opinion, that will work better than any other brain tonic on the planet.
I understand a Mediterranean diet rich in olive oil is very good for you.
Excellent. Now, olive oil is omega-9 oil, and omega-9 is an anti-inflammatory, and that's why it's so good. Is that, one thing we haven't mentioned is how toxic the environment is, and that's another source of stress to us. And when environmental toxins go into our body, it creates inflammation, and that inflammation actually interferes with the body's ability to get rid of those toxins. And so we want to be able to get rid of inflammation. And for people know what inflammation is, that's a swelling if you have an injury. But we have this swelling happening inside of our body. Whenever you have pain, there's inflammation. But 70% of the body's inflammation you can't even feel as pain. And omega-9, which is olive oil, is really great for the inflammation in the body, which then helps to, take away pain, helps detoxification, and helps the body to circulation and so forth. Another thing, while we're talking about the omegas and inflammation, comes to mind for me, I just want to share, another superfood is aloe. People all know that you put aloe vera on your skin for a sunburn, but you can also take aloe vera. They have aloe vera juices in the health food stores. One product I like is a spray-dried aloe. It's called Super Cleanse. I carry that on my website. Another one called Refresh by Balanced Planets. But it has spray-dried aloe, so you don't have to go out and cut it. You can get it spray-dried, and it's mixed with lemon. Lemon is another superfood. It stimulates the liver to make bile, which detoxifies the liver. And these are old remedies. I have one remedy book that's 100 years old, and there's like 30 pages just on lemon remedies. I mean, it's amazing how these certain foods have been used to help our bodies stay healthy for thousands of years.
Absolutely. Okay, let's go to Beth in Knoxville, Tennessee. Hi, Beth. Go ahead.
Hi. I have a question that is kind of on the line of your last caller. I'm wondering how high stress over a long period of time affects the body physically, and how like a high level of trauma in young childhood or throughout the childhood, like years and years, could it actually make someone chronically ill as an adult?
Absolutely. You hit it right on the nail, chronically ill as an adult. And it could be a big stress in childhood. That means the cortisol level goes really high and it doesn't reset. The same thing happens to our soldiers returning from war, is their cortisol levels that are super high level. The VA just did a conference, and at the conference, some of the information about returning vets is that there's actually more vets have committed suicide having arrived home than have actually been killed in combat during this last war. This is outrageous. And this is because when you're chronically in combat, it raises your stress levels to a super high level, which depletes you of brain chemicals. It weakens your immune system. It weakens your digestive system, and then it's hard to digest proteins. And it's your proteins that have the amino acids that make the brain chemicals that make your brain work. And so when you have high stress, it interferes with these things. And if you know somebody had a chronically high stress experience and they want to reset their cortisol levels, that's where you want to get the ebook that I have on the homeopathic HCG program. And even if they're skinny, there's a special program I have for them, because there's nothing more powerful to reset the adrenal gland that I found than the homeopathic HCG program.